everybody. Welcome to the Bridal Society's Wedding Webcast. My name is Lori Hartwell, and I'm the founder and CEO of the Bridal Society. We are the world's leading wedding planning certification program and the largest membership of certified wedding planners. And we just absolutely love what we do. And today I am here with my co-instructor, Chrissy Thomas. Chrissy, tell them a little bit about yourself.
Hello, everybody. Like Lori said, my name is Chrissy Thomas, and I am the co-instructor for the Bridal Society. I am also a Master Certified Wedding Planner located in Tennessee, and I'm excited to be joining you, Lori. I always love when we get to hang out.
So much fun. So today, our topics are going to be tips for engaged couples. Now, we're going to be talking about 5 tips, and this is kind of part 2 of last month's wedding webcast, and we have 5 tips today. And the first tip we want to talk to you guys about, which should be step 1 of any couple's journey in the wedding planning process. Step 1 is hire a certified wedding planner through the Bridal Society. Chrissy, can you explain to people that might be listening, they just got engaged, maybe they got engaged 6 months ago and their wedding is 3 or 4 months from today. Why do you feel it's incredibly important to hire a certified wedding planner through the Bridal Society rather than go at it alone or have a cousin who likes weddings? Can you kind of go through some of the important topics there?
Absolutely. So one of the perks and the benefits of hiring someone who's been certified through the Bridal Society is that you know that they are educated, that you know that they've taken the time to learn about the wedding industry, about how to do weddings, how to plan weddings, and how to do so where you're able to actually enjoy the wedding planning process. Wedding planning is stressful. And in fact, wedding planning can be a full-time job. And I'm assuming you're more than likely have a full-time job on your own, let alone when you're adding in being engaged. Now you're wedding planning. When you hire a certified wedding planner, we can take some of that off of your plate for you and provide you with the right tools and guidelines to make sure that your planning process is smooth and streamlined. Not only the planning process, but obviously the wedding day. And I know we've talked about that before. There's so many details that go into planning a wedding day. And we want you as an engaged couple to actually enjoy the day, to soak up the moments of your day, and to remember all the fun things that are happening on your big day. And a certified wedding planner will actually allow you to do that.
Yeah. And I understand someone saying, well, but my cousin, she reads a lot of wedding magazines, or he really has a passion for events. And I think that that's great. But unless they're certified, unless they've gone through a program where it talks about all of the crazy things that can take place and how to handle those situations, your wedding is not going to be insured. And I think of sort of being, as a certified wedding planner, being there on the wedding day, I see it as insurance. Because so many things can go wrong. I mean, it's crazy how many, because there's over 5,000 moving parts to every wedding. There's 5,000 details that come together. And it's supposed to come together seamlessly. And if there's a certified wedding planner through the Bridal Society, you can almost guarantee that it's going to happen. But if there's not someone there that's going to know what to do when, some crazy thing happens, then your wedding is going to get derailed. And that's what we want to avoid. Yep. So step 1 has to be hire a certified wedding planner through the Bridal Society. They are so loving, so amazing, and they are going to take care of you and your wedding. And I'll be honest, I feel like our certified wedding planners care about their clients' weddings just as much as the couple cares about their wedding. Like we take it on, right?
I know I do. I know when I think about my clients' wedding days, I get so excited. I have butterflies every single wedding, and I've done almost over 200 plus weddings. And every Saturday, I'm excited for my couple when I see them, and getting married at the end of the night, the smiles on their faces. I'm like, you did it.
Exactly. It's just, we're just as happy for them. We are so invested. So hire a certified wedding planner, that has to be step 1, and then everything else is going to fall into place beautifully. Now, the second tip we want to talk about today is about the importance of staying in really good communication. Stay in contact with your certified wedding planner, not just in the beginning of the planning process when you first hired them, but all the way to the very end, even though we know a lot is going on in your world. We have to be able to do our job effectively, right? So, Chrissy, why do you feel it's so important that couples really do a great job at staying in contact with the wedding planner and not ghosting us?
And like you mentioned, Lori, there are only 5,000 details that make up a wedding day. And as the wedding planner, I kind of look at us as like the captain of the ship. So we are leading the photographer, we're leading the catering manager, the rental company. They're all looking to us for guidance on the wedding day. So therefore, we need to know all 5,000 details. So if there's anything that changes on your end as a couple, your wedding planner needs to know. If there's anything that you have questions or concerns about, make sure that you address those with your wedding coordinator. That's what we're there for, is to ensure that all of these details and all the puzzle pieces of your day get put together. For example, the week of your wedding, if anything changes, your certified wedding planner needs to know. So that way on the wedding day, those changes, those updates can be actually made and make happen for your big day on the wedding day. It's just so important to always keep in communication and always keep them in the know of what's going on during the wedding planning process.
Exactly. We're the ones that all the wedding professionals are going, okay, so just ask the planner. They know it. They know everything. But if we
Exactly.
don't know everything because the couple is keeping us in the dark, not even intentionally, by the way, we know that a lot of times the couple is not doing this intentionally, but I want you to know what the repercussions can be if you decide not to return an email, return phone calls, or return a text. There are certain aspects of what you are doing with the items that you're handling that we have to know so that we can give that information to all the people that are asking. So it's really important that you stay in really great communication with the one other person, that certified wedding planner, who cares just as much about your wedding as you do and is so invested in as much as in your wedding as you are. So please make sure that you don't sabotage yourself on your own wedding day. And so make sure that you are talking to the planner, keep them informed. If you have concerns or you're scared about something, or maybe you're excited to add something that you didn't think to even mention to your certified wedding planner, let me let you know that adding something at the last minute is not the problem. It's not informing the certified wedding planner about that addition that becomes the problem, because it is our job to execute everything perfectly and seamlessly on the wedding day. And if there's something we don't know about, we won't be able to do that. And so we want your wedding to be flawless and seamless and amazing. Allow us to do that by staying in great communication with us the entire time. Now, the second tip we have for you is to avoid day of drop-offs. And so what do I mean by this? I mean that it's really important for you as the couple to drop off everything that your certified wedding planner is going to be setting up on the day of. I need you to drop that off the day before or week before, whatever you can work out with your wedding planner, but it should never be on the day of the wedding. There's a couple of reasons for this. Obviously, sometimes you might forget to drop something off, or you send in Aunt Sally, but Aunt Sally kind of starts doing other things and maybe forgets to drop off the whole thing, doesn't relay the proper messaging to the certified wedding planner, or just starts interrupting the setup process. So Chrissy, can you kind of break down how you as a certified wedding planner prefer to receive the items that you're going to be setting up, and why is it that you want those items prior to the wedding day?
That's such a good point, Lori. One reason why I want to have these items prior to your wedding day is because I don't want to bother you. I want you to be able to bask in the day and enjoy the getting ready process. Now, if I don't get these items until the day of and I have questions about it, I don't want to bother you. And I'm probably going to have to if I don't get these items until the day of your wedding. By getting it before your wedding weekend kicks off, I'm able to look through the items, ask you any questions, basically check off my list and make sure that we have everything needed for your wedding day. So that's why I like to receive it before. And the great thing is when you hire a certified wedding planner, we have these checklists that we can provide you. I always let my clients know I'm here to help you throughout the whole planning process. This checklist is going to help you box up these items, label it correctly, so that way me and my team can set it up without interrupting you on the wedding day. And like you said, Lori, if you have a family member come drop it off on the wedding day, sometimes they can decide that they want to help. And my team and I have a flow. We have a system. We do this almost every single weekend. So while we are grateful that your Aunt Sally decided to help us set up, we don't necessarily need it, but she may feel obligated since she brought those items. So let's eliminate that altogether, and we'll just collect these items before, whether that's like Lori said, at the rehearsal the night before or the week of your wedding. You will coordinate that with your certified wedding planner to figure out the best time to get those items. And I simply just ask that they're boxed and labeled. So if you have all your cake table items, your cake knife, your cake topper, put these in a box, label it cake table. I know exactly what these items are, and I don't have to bother you and figure out, okay, where did these items go? That's one reason why I like to have it prior to the wedding day.
Yeah, especially if there's a couple of DIY stuff that the couple wants us to maybe just set up on the day of. First of all, if it is a DIY project that you've been working on, please make sure that you give your certified wedding planner an enormous heads up on this, because if it's a huge setup that's going to be required, we may not have the amount of staff on wedding day helping us set that up. And we usually do not allow other people, family members and friends of the friends of the friends come in and do setups on wedding days, because it can disrupt the entire wedding process. There's so much to it, and a lot of people don't realize this until, of course, after the wedding. So if you have some DIY items, please give your certified wedding planner a heads up so that we can determine if we have enough staff to make sure that everything can get set up in the proper amount of time. But also make sure that all of those little tiny things are labeled as well. We need to make sure that we check things off. We have lists for our list. We double check everything. We already have assigned which assistant is going to be handling what. It is a well-oiled machine on wedding day. So sometimes when there are drop-offs at the last second, it can disrupt that. And that's the last thing that you're going to want to have happen. Now, our next tip is a great one. And this is something that's becoming very popular. I remember the very first time I did this, like 10 years ago, it was having the private dinner on the wedding day. Instead of having the couple sitting at a table in the same room as all of their 150 to 200 guests, where everybody's staring at them while they eat, right? Or interrupting them while they eat because they're coming over wanting to congratulate them. Why do you think, Chrissy, it's a really amazing idea to have a private dinner, and then explain how the right way of kind of working that into the day of would be?
Yeah, absolutely. I love this trend, and I love this suggestion I give to my couples of having that private moments. The wedding day is fast paced, and it's moving bam, 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 bam. And when you have this private dinner, you have the opportunity to sit with your significant other and just relax and just kind of look at each other and say, well, we just got married, and enjoy that moment of just the two of you, because at that point, it really is just the two of you. Your photographer is not there. Your filmmaker is not there. You know, when you're having your first look, while it's private, your photographer sometimes is capturing that moment. This is actually a true moment of just the two of you. And when you have your certified wedding planner, we can figure out where this is going to work and how this is going to flow in your wedding day itinerary. So we will communicate that with your catering team. We'll communicate it with all your vendors to figure out where can we put this time in. And don't worry, it's typically about 15 to 20 minutes. So you won't be gone from your guests long. During this process, your guests are more than likely also getting their meals. Either it's going through the buffet line or they're starting the salad course. So they're not worried about where you are because they're busy eating, and you guys are also eating as well, being able to enjoy being with each other. So once you have your meal, at this point, you're finished. You can go and then go and greet your guest. At that point, they're having their dinner. So I love this because you are then able to go table to table and actually thank your guests for coming, have a chance to talk with them. One of my favorite things that we also do with this is we have the photographer go and follow them around table to table. So you're able to capture these images with the wedding guest at your big day. So I love this moment. It's so funny. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, he said that was his favorite moment of the wedding day, was sitting there and having that private meal with his wife, which is my sister. So I love it. I think it's such a great suggestion. Work with your certified wedding planner to figure out, okay, how can we make this happen in my wedding day itinerary?
Yeah, I just think it's really important because a lot of couples don't realize how little they actually spend time with each other on the actual day itself. I mean, they wake up, they have breakfast, not usually with each other, and then they're getting ready, and then, then they're kind of just shuffled into this ceremony location. And then by the end of the night, they're so exhausted and they haven't spent one moment alone on their own wedding day. So just sitting down for 15 and 20 minutes and having a private dinner, it sometimes changes the entire outlook and they feel so much more relaxed. And you're supposed to have a romantic dinner on the day that you get married.
The most romantic day of your life is your wedding. Right?
I was supposed to be, but 200 people staring at me eating, that's uncomfortable. I don't know about you, but I'm not for it. So I think having a nice private dinner is so, so wonderful. Now, our last tip has to do with the end of the night and having a game plan. So Chrissy, tell us a couple of tips on what our couples need to be thinking about when it comes to their certified wedding planner, but ultimately when it comes to the end of the night.
Yeah, absolutely. So you definitely need to think about having someone from your family or your wedding party responsible for your wedding gifts and making sure that they're in a safe and secure location, and also someone responsible for taking care of your personal items. Now, depending on the package that you have with your certified wedding planner, they may be there till the very end of the night, but some packages they are not. So this is where you want to make sure that you're communicating with your certified wedding planner exactly what their role and their responsibility is for the end of the night. If it is not part of your package where they're staying through teardown, then have someone who's going to be responsible to help get everything, all your personal items, everything out of the venue, because a lot of venues rules require everything to be out that night or maybe that following morning. Either way, you want to make sure that it's someone that's responsible in your family. And it doesn't have to be you. I want you to be able to go and enjoy your honeymoon. So that's why you need to have a plan and action well in advance for the wedding day so you know who that point of contact is. Same with your certified wedding planner. I need to know who is the responsible person. So before I leave, I can have a conversation with them and guide them of where everything is for them to tear these items down.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for that, Chrissy. Now there is a bonus piece, a bonus tip. And I want to kind of just talk about this bonus tip real quick, because this is something that I feel like a lot of couples aren't thinking about. Now, usually if there's a certified wedding planner hired, that person is usually sitting down with the couple and saying, okay, there's a couple of things, a couple of options you have for your wedding day. Have you thought of this? What about this? What about, and usually couples are like, oh my gosh, I haven't thought about that at all. And one of those things is that private dance at the end of the night, that last dance of the night, but it's just the couple. Chrissy, would you mind kind of explaining a little bit about how beautiful and awesome this could potentially be?
It's such a special moment. And like you said, Laura, your certified wedding planner will be talking with you as well as your entertainment provider about your last dance. And if you want that to be with all of your guests or have a special private moment where it's just the two of you. And I love it when it's just the two of you because it's just one more opportunity for you to soak in the moment of your wedding day with just the two of you. So how that works is typically when you guys are doing that private dance, your entertainment provider or your certified wedding planner are getting the guests lined up for that grand exit. During that time, that's when you're having this private dance. We'll maybe have the photographer back there with you capturing those moments. Or if you don't want the photographer, you just literally want to be the two of you, then we can do that also. But that's something that your certified wedding planner will work hand in hand with your entertainment provider to make sure that it's on the timeline for you.
I remember the first time I did this with one of my couples, and I believe it was back in the late 90s. And, I just aged myself, and that's fine. I'm not worried about that. But it was probably one of the most special nights because it was the very first time I had ever done this, right? And this wedding was at the couple's parents' home. It was under a tent, and all of the guests had gone away, and the DJ played their favorite song. And there was a full moon that night. So, I mean, honestly, the wedding day could have gone all kinds of different ways, but the full moon was out. This song was playing. It was one of the most beautiful songs I had ever heard. And it was just the couple with beautiful lighting under this tent. And it was only them. And I was standing way far just watching this, and I was crying. It was so beautiful. And the couple, it meant everything to the couple to have that moment as well. So definitely consider these little things that make it the romantic day it was supposed to be, and talk to your certified wedding planner about all of the different options that you may not even know are available to you. Don't rely just on forums and blogs and things of that nature. Talk to a real professional, a professional certified wedding planner, because they're going to be able to tell you if your idea is even doable, because they're the ones who know all the other millions of things that have to go on during the day and throughout that entire evening. And we want to make sure that your idea can be implemented properly. It's one thing to have an idea and just throw it in and then it can get ruined potentially. But hiring a certified wedding planner ensures that your idea can be implemented correctly. And so make sure you're talking to your certified wedding planner, get all the details that you need. And I hope that you enjoyed these tips. And Chrissy, thank you so much for joining me today. I absolutely love you.
I
And
always love it. I love it so much.
it's just fun to talk. It's fun to just throw out some really great information. And of course, if you are looking for a certified wedding planner in your area, feel free to contact info@thebridalsociety.com. Let us know where you are located, and we can try to meet you up and match you up with somebody absolutely amazing. Otherwise, just make sure that you look for their badge. It will show that they are certified through the Bridal Society on their website. And I hope that your wedding goes swimmingly and beautifully, but I can guarantee it if there's a certified wedding planner through the Bridal Society there, but I can't guarantee it if it's like a cousin or a friend. I can't guarantee anything at that point. So I hope that all of you have a really wonderful day. Happy planning, and we'll see you next time on our next wedding webcast. Have a great day, everybody.
Bye. Have a good one.